Hey everybody, Zoe FPV with a video. I don't know, it's becoming a thing. I say, hey everybody, and that's the start of videos, but that's becoming a bit old and tired, just like me. Um, yeah, so I'm not even sure I know where to begin on this video. Um, I guess with some good stuff and positive stuff. Still moving forward with the newbie drones, 3D Whoop, so that project is still going strong. And as of today, blam! The Unicorn 3D 5-inch mini quad frame is in my hands and weighs 106 grams all up weight with them 6 mil arms. So, pretty happy with that stuff. If you're just joining me in the live stream or the stream, thanks for being here today. So, let's get right into it. Yeah. Um, So I'm not even really sure exactly where to start, and I was trying to figure out how to even approach the subject. Um, First and foremost, I've got to say, I love the drone community. I love X-Class drone racing. I am still a huge supporter of the movement and what giant drones will do for the sport, first and foremost. Second, WTF is going on. So, I don't know whether to start from the beginning or to Tarantino this stuff. But essentially, I've been removed from the X-Class drone organization. What that means is they don't want me playing in their clubhouse anymore. um, Yeah, I still own a 12th of the company, an equal part like everyone else. I still own the rights to the logo. I still own rights to the trademark through that. But the biggest thing is I do not own the respect of the people in the organization that were running it. Effectively, Noah, Edie, Calvin, Werner, and a few others. They effectively voted me out of the group, and the reasons why are really shallow and petty. Um, at one point, about a week and a day ago now, I butted heads with the CEO of X Class, Noah Furman, and he essentially told me I couldn't run my own chapter under X Class. I couldn't also be a part of the organization proper, as in run events as part of the org. So I was essentially relegated to being an unofficial slash official spokesperson of X Class. I couldn't hold my, and there's a big difference in 2019 season. Chapters are holding their own races, and I wanted to hold my own chapter because one, I'll be traveling a lot, and I thought it'd be great to be able to hold races across the United States. And two, I thought it was time for me to kind of have my own little flag. Um, and so that was denied. I was denied for no real reason. There's nothing in the bylaws or rules that are against anything I was asking for. Even though some people publicly or in the group have stated otherwise, it's actually not true. Everything I was asking for was in the rules. Actually, so the first thing they said was me having a chapter over, possibly California and Oregon's territory or the West Coast territory would be against the rules, and it wouldn't be reasonable territory. Their words, reasonable territory. The first chapter of X Class covered an entire country. So that argument to me was kind of bunk. Um, and there's no bylaws stating one chapter can't have a territory that also overlaps another one. And realistically, me having my own chapter wasn't to overlap with other chapters, was to be able to hold events and races in areas that might not have a chapter available to them. And Raven187 says, sounds like a boys' club. Yeah, it is, largely. Of course, that's drone racing and a thing, but I don't want to make it about that. The industry has enough problems. What this video is about how I got outed from that group. So, essentially, after speaking my case with Noah and getting shut down, I talked about it publicly on my Facebook page without really being, I guess, defamatory. I was just simply stating I wasn't allowed to host races under X class, and that I was being held to a double standard, and that I don't know what to do. I don't know if I should leave X class or stay. And literally a few days after that, they booted me from the group. They didn't even let me They didn't even let me state my case internally either, which was another sad issue. If you guys want to see all the reasons why, let's go to my desktop for a second. Let's see if I can pull it up. Do I not have it pulled up? I do not have it pulled up. I was gonna say you can go to my Facebook page. I have it up there right now. You can effectively see everything, why, my response and rebuttal, all that good stuff. But yeah, so I'm effectively outed from the group officially now. But that brings in an interesting misstep. Let me actually bring up, because I want to read this to the group, so I just need to be able to air it. I feel like if I don't air it, it won't be aired, and I won't be able to move on. And people won't know what's going on. And right now, there's a lot more questions than answers. And part of the reason for that is that the X-Class drone group is deleting every comment that people are posting in the group and to their Facebook page. So they're essentially stonewalling the discussion altogether, which is really sad to see. But here we go. Let me go to the desktop. Hey, you can still see me talking. Anyways, after an extensive review of recent events by the shareholders of X-Class, aka me talking about issues publicly, the organization has resolved that fellow LLC member and X-Class co-founder Zoe Stumbaugh will no longer serve in an official capacity with the X-Class Drone Racing organization. We'd like to thank Ms. Stumbaugh for her service to X-Class Drone Racing, and we wish her the best in her future endeavors, whatever they may be. Moving forward, we would like to make clear that Ms. Stumbaugh in no way speaks for or represents X-Class Drone Racing or its chapters, affiliates, or sponsors. The X-Class organization prides itself on professionalism and is dedicated to moving the sport of drone racing forward in a positive manner, and we will not engage in further social media discussion on this internal matter. We are confident in the talented, dedicated, and passionate people we have in place and their work, along with the continued support of X-Class pilots, chapters, fans, manufacturers, and sponsors. We look forward to growing the sport of giant drone racing and bring it to even more spectators and pilot communities in 2019 and beyond. So that was their official statement. That I posted on my Facebook page, got 200 comments. People weren't happy, and most of the people that weren't happy were core community members, people that supported X-Class because they supported it because it was something that I was pushing, and they supported me. And it created a rift. And so there's people out there that might say that I created this rift, but this rift was already being created. Before the post, there was already internal conflicts. I won't get into it because I don't want to legally implicate anybody. But there was an internal conflict at the last board meeting that essentially raised to potential life-threatening situations. Essentially ended the board meeting. And the internal group, the LLC group, the actual people trying to make money off the back end, they've been tearing themselves apart. And it's been really hard to see because X-Class started, the LLC, and this is very important, it started over a year before the LLC was incorporated. And it started out as a movement. It started out as an idea, an ideal that you could host a race have two pilots show up and that you could have your own giant drone race and that it was accessible and we can make it accessible to pilots. The LLC was created to essentially try to make money off of that. There were people and group members within the movement that saw opportunity to capitalize on it, where others just wanted to really push the ideals forward. So within that, it created a rift within the group. And also major issues. The CEO has a horrible time communicating with the board members, myself included. And that essentially has caused a communication breakdown internally. I'm thinking and slash hoping that they'll be able to recover from it and that they will see the error of the ways, and that the, I won't say tyrannical CEO will step down, and that Nate and or Reiner will step in to take his place and to continue the organization forward in a positive manner. And a more professional manner than kicking out one of their founding members over talking about stuff on their Facebook page. So yeah, that sparked that. I cried a bit. I was very disheartened. I was extremely upset with how things have been handled, especially since, from an executive point of view, I own the logo. The X-Class drone racing logo, I created that in Photoshop. That was something I actually made myself. And that was before the LLC. That was before the LLC used the logo, used my copyrighted image to incorporate a trademark. So I own the logo, and I've released the logo and the rules and revisions of the rules for X-Class at xclassdrone.racing, the website. That's xclassdrone.racing. On that website, there is a Creative Commons nonprofit share-alike license attached to the logo, meaning that if you want to continue to hold your own X-Class races and events, everything you need is right there on the website. You don't have to pay a chapter fee. You don't have to buy into the vision. It's just right there and easy enough for you to do. There's actually 3 rule sets. The classic rule set, which was essentially run what you brung. The 2019 rule set, officially from X-Class, which includes new canopy rules that weren't discussed by the community, and a 3rd rule set that opens up the revision. It's basically a revision of the 2019 rules that allows for larger machines, potentially gas/fuel-powered machines, along with, what was the other big change? There's some big changes. Essentially, it was to allow innovation to take place again, because one of the biggest things that X-Class was founded on and happened to start was we wanted to make giant drone racing happen. And at the time, there had been other organizations that had promised to make it happen, but no one really did. So that was the principles on what X-Class drone racing was founded. So xclass. Yeah, see, there's 2 websites. That's going to be confusing. If the LLC wants to officially license the logo from me, they can do that. But from now on, the community can use it without restriction, essentially, for nonprofit use. So the new website has the logo and the rules and all that. Essentially, the legal statement down at the bottom. Essentially making it so it can live on past me, past the LLC, past anything that can happen at this point. I don't know of any other drone racing league/organization that has done this. And yeah. So interestingly enough, I reorganized/made the site into 3 real simple ideals. Build, fly, race. Build page has been reorganized. It's really easy to sort through and kind of figure out what you want to do. Fly page is still being reorganized. It's really simple. And the race page has the information on the rule sets and the logos. I actually have a link up to the X-Class. Oh, I need to fix the link to the logos, apparently. But I have a link up for the logos on the website. Yeah. And the whole reason the website exists, essentially, is to reassert my ownership of the logo. It existed before all the LLC business that existed before all the drama, and I'm hoping it'll continue to exist after it. Um, Simultaneously, someone might ask, "Hey Zoe, can you actually legally do this?" Yeah. Yeah, that's the fun part. I can legally do this. I am still 1/12th owner of the company. I still own rights to the trademark as a part of that. And I own exclusive rights to the logo before the organization was incorporated, and I've never signed over any rights to the logo to the organization since that point. On top of that, come at me. They really don't have a legal leg to stand on, and if they do come after me, it would only prove in court my case. So yeah, if they want to license it commercially, they can pay me. Otherwise, GTFO. They forced this hand. I was really trying to internally communicate with the organization to try to bring a bit of a peace to the chaos that had been created within it. But that evidently can't happen. So, again, still hoping the CEO will step down and Nate and/or Reiner will step into his place. And as Raven18 says, you're the face of it anyway. To a large extent. And to a large extent, they've been making money off the brand that I've created. And that's another large issue, is that I'm owed biannual financial sheets, and I've never gotten a single financial sheet from the org. So if anyone is in legal trouble, it will be the organization, and Edith Sellers, who has formed the organization, has taken up the legal backbone. Yeah. So I really don't foresee them sending a cease and desist. At this point in time, I'm not planning to send them a cease and desist quite yet. Although I might have to, just to push the issue of them essentially using my logo without legal rights. And I want to make sure that that point is pushed. Other than that, their recourse would be to shut down the LLC, start a new business, and start a brand new brand. It would have to be called something other than X-Class Drone Racing, and it would have to be under a completely new name. If they want to do that, and if Noah / the money-hungry, grubbing people are willing to dissolve the LLC to do that, that's on them. And it just proves my point further. Yeah, so as a friend told me, Zoe, it's time to exec the heck up. So I'm execing the heck up. I'm exerting legal authority over my logo. I'm a nice person. It takes a lot to really upset me, especially with everything that I've dealt with in the past. But this issue really does upset me. It upsets me in many different ways. One, personal level, the fact that my friends, that I consider some of them family, would do this to me. Two, it upsets me that something that I helped create would ever come to this. The fact that it ever got to the point where there was so much, I guess, animosity in the group. And the fact that communication was completely shut down and people really couldn't talk. That hurts. And it really hurts for me because the community was really kind of coalescing around giant drone racing. And I guess this is the big point, is that there was a group and contingent within X-Class that saw a way of making money from the track races and making that a whole thing. And then there was the community that loved to hold giant drone races as a community-oriented event. And realistically, the community is like this, the profitable area is like that. And so what happened is the business, this little thing, forgot about this, thinking that this was the size of that. And it really caused problems internally. So I guess they lost sight of the vision. They lost sight of what's really real and going on. And I still hold a small piece in my heart that they will come to their senses and that the group will be able to mend. Um, there's nothing in the legal ability for me and them to mend still. They could still potentially offer a peace treaty of some sort. You know, a license agreement potentially, and or something that gives me a percentage of the money that they're taking in, or I don't know. Yeah, I'm just really sad about the whole thing. Really, X Class out of many brands actually lasted and started a real movement more so than a lot of the other things in the past. Entire industries started spooling up production to make equipment for giant drone racing. DR1 stole the concept and made it reality on TV. DRL is going to go big. Giant drone racing is a reality, and I spent years trying to make that a reality. And you know what? I did it. We did it. The community did it. We were successful in the mission of making giant drone racing a reality. And yeah. So, yeah, now the actual concept can live on and forever. I mean, the cool thing with releasing the logo under Creative Commons is that the business could go under and the brand and logo, the core ideal, can live on. And people can use it. There's nothing stopping the local chapters from using the logo, making their own chapter logo, and having unofficial X Class chapters that go back to the main ideals that started X Class in the first place. So yeah, that's my hope. We'll see. We'll see. At this point in time, I've got other things on my plate that I'm putting energy into. One of the whole reasons I wanted to have X Class Racing was I was being asked to hold freestyle events at some really cool locations next year. And I wanted to be able to have freestyle and X Class exhibitions next to each other. So yeah, if I start a Z class, it'll probably be for freestyle. Because as it stands, I still own X Class, and that's not changing. They can't change that. So yeah, I hope that kind of resolves some of the controversy, allows people to know a little bit more what's going on. If anyone has any questions, feel free to contact me on Facebook. Leave a comment on YouTube. I'm really trying to be as open and level headed about this as I can. Because honestly, I feel gutted. I really do feel hurt. But I mean, there's only so much I can do. And realistically, I don't want to create a bunch of waves. I just want to protect what's legally mine. Try to foster a little bit of community support to allow them to continue on X Class, allow X Class to continue doing what it's doing, the group itself, that is, and allow me to operate underneath the banner that I helped create. So, yeah, and for anyone wondering or asking, no, the X Class drone dot racing website will not be taking sponsorships. There's no contact button really. Not going to be, yeah, pushing anything with that as far as the commercial end. Someone, in all honesty, someone did approach me asking for money to start using the X Class logo to make a certain thing, and I would have just let them use the logo, but they wanted my money, and I can't. I don't want to do that right now. I'm not into the profit end of it. Yeah. So yeah, X Class is not dead. X Class will live on. Continue to support it. I still support it. I'm still gonna race next year. They can't stop me. I don't care if they officially or don't officially recognize my points. Yeah. So thank you all for watching. Hopefully you got a little bit of insight from all this. I've been Zoe. You've been awesome. Till next time. Oh, and yeah, if you haven't seen it, go check out my edit of Rampage. Mark Roll, my new editor, or one of my editors. I only have 2 videos on my channel that have been not edited by me. Just heads up, I've edited most of my own content. But Mark, he edited up that video. It came out really good. I quite enjoyed watching it. And while it might have not have been what I've made, I really liked it. So hopefully you enjoyed that. Have a 3D video up. 3D is coming. Oh yeah, yeah. The Unicorn, all new IQ motion control motors coming for the Unicorn. So I'm coming back. I ain't going anywhere. I'm gonna be pushing harder and flying higher and doing more than I've ever done before. And I just want to say thank you all again for being there for the whole ride. And hopefully you'll still be there for the next chapter. I've been Zoe. You've been awesome. Until next time.